Hello, welcome to the Cobbled Pot. Today we're going to talk about TMNT Mega Bloks, which for those of you that don't know is a construction toy, very similar to Lego in many ways. I think most of us have had a love affair with Lego at some point in our lives, whether as a child, as an adult collector, or maybe as both. For me, Lego was always kind of the number one. I never really looked at any of the other construction toys that were available, apart from stickle bricks, I suppose, when I was really little. In terms of what else is out there, I have tried out Kinect. Quite recently, I bought a Titanfall from the new Xbox One game, or, well, new at the time Xbox One game. A Titanfall Titan for my nephew, which looked fantastic. It looked brilliant. It took absolutely ages to build, and it's one of those toys that as soon as you touch it, it falls apart, which isn't good. Not for a child as well who wanted to play with it, but also from an adult collector. You know, it's difficult to position in a way that you thought would look good, and I was just a really bad experience all round. So coming into Mega Bloks, I was a little bit suspicious, thinking, well, is it going to live up to Lego? But having said that, once I'd heard that Mega Bloks had retaken the license for TMNT, as you can see, I was quite excited at the same time. Well, I'd say a little bit nervous because it's Mega Bloks and it's not Lego. But I wasn't overly excited by the Lego sets that you could buy when it came to TMNT. So when I started seeing some of the images of some of the things that were coming out and the Mega Bloks had, all my fears kind of went out the window because I think it's an absolutely fantastic range. What you can see here is pretty much all of the first wave of the Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon of Mega Bloks. The only thing missing is the sewer lair, which hopefully I'll pick up soon. It's just a case of not being able to find it. But I have seen it is available now on Amazon, so I will look to buy that as soon as possible. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of different ranges. There's a lot of different play sets. So if we start with those first, one thing that's really cool about Mega Bloks is that all the play sets connect together. So when you've got the big sewer set, which I don't have, it will connect to things like this Mikey water tower will connect on there. Even the smaller parts all have their own little areas where they'll all connect to, which is really cool. So it basically makes one big set. Really cool idea. I really like it. I mean, I suppose you could do that with a Lego in a way, but it's a case of you actually going out of your way to try and connect them, whereas with Mega Bloks, they do actually deliberately fit together. So that's really cool. I do really like that. We've got a really cool Shell Razor as well, which comes with the two figures, comes with Shredder and Raphael. Again, really good detail, it's really cool. It's got movement, it's got doors that open, it's got firing missiles, or in this case, tyres. It's just, again, really cool set, really nice design, really nice colours. There's just something a bit more about it, I think, than what there is with Lego. One of the things I always find that always worried me about not buying Lego is quite often these other brands don't connect together very well, or they tend to snap or be a bit loose. I don't tend to find that with Mega Bloks. I tend to find that Mega Bloks are really good. They're really sturdy once they're built. For kids that do want to play with them rather than just display them, how dare they? They do hold up as toys, and I think that's really cool. I think that's really important. So from a Nickelodeon Turtle point of view, as you can see, there's quite a lot of ranges with the playsets, the vehicles. You've got Donnie's car here. Again, you've got the playset with the mutagen. What you also find is, as well, that there's individual figures that come in their own little sets. So this one in particular is Mikey, and he comes with a baseboard and a few bits and pieces to do them there. Usually kind of like a mini sewer playset, I suppose. So they're quite cool. I like the fact that you can buy them individually. At the minute, there's only Mikey and Raph available, but I do believe that they are releasing more shortly. There's also slightly bigger sets, such as this one from Leo, which again works in a similar way. You get the single figure, but then it's got a slightly bigger playset as part of that figure selection. This is where it's all going to fall down. No, it's not. Another really cool thing that I found with the Mega Bloks is similar to Lego, I suppose, in many ways, is that you can get the blind bag figures. I'm a big fan of blind bag figures. It's frustrating when you end up getting the same figure time and time again. But at the same time, I do like a challenge of trying to get those. These little blind bag figures are really cool. unlike the Lego, which sometimes I feel that the Lego ones that you get aren't quite as detailed maybe as what the figures are that you get with the actual sets. Whereas the blind bag figures for these Mega Block turtles, I feel, are just as detailed as what the main ones are. So we've got the full set here along the front. So we've got Donnie, Leo, Mikey, Raph, obviously the Krang. There's the 2 foot soldiers, including this super rare special edition foot soldier with the multiple arms, the robotic one. And obviously the rare Shredder in there as well. Again, really cool. If we just take one as an example. So I've got Raphael here. Lots of movement about them. What I do like about Mega Bloks is they are a bit more articulated than what you would find on the Lego figures. Because of that, they do tend to be a little bit bigger. As you can see on this comparison, the Raphael figure is quite a bit taller than his counterpart. But I like it, I think it works. So if we take a look at this figure, obviously they've got articulation in the arms. They don't bend at the elbows, just on the arms, but the hands do turn as well, so that's really cool. The heads turn left and right, and actually they're on a ball joint, so they do move as well, which is good. Legs, again, ball joints, so they move well, and also at the there is a bit of articulation around the knee there, so you can actually do high kicks and bend the figures there, which again is really cool. You can create some really cool scenes. So yeah, so these are really good figures. I do like them. I like the extra articulation. I like the fact that they are a bit bigger, they're a bit chunkier. The blind bag figures are slightly different to the figures that you do get, if I can get him back on his stand, the figures that you do get in the sets. So you've got little details on there, like on this one, Raphael's eyes are on flames, just like you get in a Nickelodeon cartoon when he's angry. He's holding a can of spray paint here, and if you look on his shell, it says Mikey, so Mikey's obviously spray painted his name on there. So yeah, so that's really cool, loads of good detail, and quite a lot of accessories as well. Raphael, for instance, has got his 2 sai, and they actually do fit into his belt as well as in both hands. Mikey's got his nunchuck, obviously Leo again with his swords, and Donnie with his bow staff. And they also come with extra bits and pieces on top of that as well. The other figures, the enemy figures, aren't quite as good. Yeah, they look decent enough. I really like the foot soldier. Krang isn't brilliant, although the pink Krang brain is removable, which is quite cool. And the Shredder, Shredder's a really cool figure. It's quite a big figure. It does lack, again, a bit of the articulation that the other figures do in terms of the elbows, things like that. But it's a cool figure. My only issue is with these blind bags is they always do figures like this, obviously in the bright red, so like crystallised Shredder. I'd much rather receive an actual Shredder figure like what you would do with this foot soldier one, as opposed to this, which, you know, it's not great for displaying or anything like that. Yeah, it's nice to say, well, I've got a rare Shredder who's see-through and red, but really, I mean, let's face it, how many times in life would you need to say that? So yeah, on the whole, I think they're really cool. Again, blind bag, as far as blind bags go, really great. Despite the fact that they're bigger and there's a bit more to them, they do tend to be about the same price as what the Lego minifigures are, which is always good. One thing I would point out about this, what I've got on display here, is the Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. Actually, Mega Bloks are not only releasing these, they're also releasing the Half Shell Heroes range of figures, which is for the younger kids, or the younger at heart adults. They're also releasing from TMNT 2 Out of the Shadows, they're releasing figures from the new film, which hopefully should be out any day now. And they're also releasing some classic cartoon turtles. I've actually ordered some of those. I have seen pictures of them and they look awesome. I have ordered some, so I'm hoping to get some in the next couple of weeks. As soon as I do, obviously, we'll have a look at those and we'll talk about those. But what's really good is they've managed to, despite the small size of these little figures, they've really managed to capture the character of each of the individual shows. So when I do start to show you the ones from the new film or the ones from the classic Turtles, you'll instantly recognise those figures as being part of those shows or those films. And I think that's really cool. So not only have you got quite the kind of what you would expect from the... sorry, I called it the Shell Raiser, I think earlier, actually the Party Wagon. Not only have you got the iconic vehicles such as the Party Wagon, but you've also got the cool play sets as well. one thing I did say as well about Mega Bloks as opposed to Lego is it is much, much cheaper in my opinion. These figures, as I said, were just as cheap as the normal Lego minifigures. These individual figures that you get in the sets, I think they came out for around £5, which is about, what, $7 or $8. But I have seen them, I have bought multiples of these because they almost, as soon as they came out, they almost straight away went down to £3, the same as kind of the blind bag figures, which for £3 or $5, I think that's awesome. You know, it's just a little treat for the kids or a little treat for yourself when you're out in town. I think that's really cool, really nice packaging as well. I really like those. So you can't go wrong. And even the bigger vehicles, whether it's a testament to how well they've sold or not sold, but they did tend to go quite cheap fairly soon after release. I think maybe because they're releasing so many different ranges and so many different waves, I think it's a case of if you want to buy these figures, get them while you can, because I'm pretty sure they'll sell out fairly quick and they won't be getting restocked. So if you're in a position to get any of those, I would definitely do so. They are currently on offer, I know, at Toys R Us and Smith's Toy Stores here in the UK. So I would definitely think about purchasing them if you can. Pricing wise, again, you're looking kind of between, ignoring the smaller figures, for the bigger figures, you're looking between £10 and about £17, even for this bigger one. Which I think for construction toys, especially when you compare it to Lego, I think is a fantastic price. And I think they're really cool. What's also quite cool, and I do like it, is on the back of the box, you can actually see the full range that's out in that wave, so you can tick them off as you go, which I have been doing. So that way you can make sure that you don't miss anything. Sometimes I found with a Lego, you're constantly searching to find out what Lego is out and what Lego is available. But with these Mega Bloks, you've got it all here in front of you. So yeah, I think it's a really cool range, and I hope that you think the same. Any questions, any thoughts, or if you've managed to get hold of any Mega Bloks yourself, I'd be interested to know what you think. And yeah, and as I said, as soon as the classic Turtle Mega Bloks turn up, hopefully next week, we'll create a video and we'll let you know what we think. Thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you do like what you see, there'll be plenty more toy action to come. Thank you. Goodbye.